can't just lie. You've got to deep fake it. Deep fake it. That's how you make it. And then then you can spread your lie. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the internet, man. Everything's fake now anyway. So what is it? It's probably all AI anyway. Talking isn't good enough now, especially if you're faking stuff. You can't just talk. You can't say fake stuff now. The technology's so advanced, if you're going to fake it, and everyone has access to this technology, you can make it. You just make it. You make the video. It's like, you can deep fake yourself. Why were you late for work? I was attacked by a gang of boys on the corner. Were you really? Yeah, here's the video. Me getting my head stomped in. Oh my God. Jesus, Barry, you ought to go home. Like, yeah, thanks. You can't just go out there now and just make stuff up and think that what's coming out of your mouth is good enough if you're lying. You can't. Lying's changed now. Verbal lying is dead. It's over with. It's dead. You have to create it. There's no excuse not to create it. These people going around saying, "Oh, I've seen it. I've seen the inner sanctum." Have you? Yeah, I've been into the inner sanctum of the elites, and there was toddlers chained to walls being violated by Joe Biden's. And I'm like, oh, really? Oh my God, you sure about that? Yeah. Where's your evidence? I saw it. No, come on, bro. You must have a video. Everyone got a video. Even if it didn't happen, you must have a video. Where's the video? Do you know what I mean? Where's the fucking video? You've got to have a video now. When the next pandemic comes, I guarantee there will be some crazy animation coming out of China. It'll be absolutely insane. It'll be like, oh, look how bad this virus is. Oh, be scared. It'll be off the chain. You won't even know what to do. You'll be like, oh my God. It'll be like worms coming out of people's faces. Do you know what I mean? It'll be some illness that makes your ears just implode into your head and it gets sandwiched. Everyone's walking around with sandwich heads. Everyone becomes flat Stanley, above their head. Your old school lying is rubbish. If you're going to say, I've slept with her, well, you're going to have a video of you banging her brains out. And this means for most people, lying is going to be exceptionally great, superb lying. Oh, did you have sex with Nicole? I'm just using the name Nicole because I just picked it out of my head. Yeah, I am, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're banging Nicole. Yeah. Oh, you're lying. Here's the video, look. And look how big my penis is. My God, you've got a 15-inch penis. Yes, I do. You can take the lie to heights we've never even thought about before. And people are going to be like, oh, well, everyone's got AI. Everyone knows AI is out there and deepfakes exist. So, does that even matter? People know liars exist. This is what people are. Don't forget this. People will tell you, they'll say, hey, the government does nothing but lie to us. The Tories, the Tory government. You can't believe a word they say. They're all liars. Oh, a bunch of them. I wouldn't believe anything they said. They're the epitome of the boys that cried wolf. Oh, those Eton pig fucking bastards. And their lies. Oh, they're such liars. I know a liar when I see one. I've known liars all my life. Lies have been around since before I was born. I know what a lie is. And then the government that lies to them will say, hey, people are getting the cold at the moment. Can you stay in your house and not go to work for 2 years, please? Because there's this killer virus out there. Can you do that, please? Yeah, sure, yeah. Well, the government told me to stay in my house. Right? So that's people, man, so I wouldn't worry about it. They're going to be able to spot the deepfakes. No, they're not. These are people. People still believe if you eat 5 pieces of fruit and veg a day, that equates to proper nutrition. That's what people think. Joe and Jay average, that's what they think. Some of them actually think that if you eat, you have to eat 5 different pieces of fruit and veg. If you eat 2 oranges, then you don't actually get double the vitamin C because the orange cancels out the other orange, like some sort of weird paradox, like in Time Cop. I remember Time Cop is like 2 bits of matter cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So if you go back in time and shake hands with your back in time self, then the whole I don't know what it's called, just everything fucks up and you die, and it's all you just become a big mush. You're dead. You cancel each other out in existence. It's like that. People believe that about oranges. I've eaten 4 oranges. They'll be like, oh, you've eaten 4 oranges? Well, that doesn't count. That's not your 5 a day. It's still only the same amount of vitamin C that you get in 1 orange. It's like, is it? How does that work, Mr. Scientist? I don't know, the government don't. Keep going with the deepfakes, man. It's fine. Don't worry. The news is just going to be full of videos of deepfakes of Putin loading babies into a fucking RPG and launching them at a mosque or something. Do you know what I mean? That's what the news is going to be like. Oh, how evil is he? Bloody hell. Have you seen how evil he is? They'll do a deepfake of Nigel Farage and a hot air balloon dropping bags of piss on migrant camps in Calais. That's what the news is going to be. It's going to be fucking excellent, you know? The news is about to become off the chain. Anyway, the news is entertainment anyway. The problem with the news is the spectacle is lacking. AI deepfakes is going to give us that spectacle that we really crave. And you're not going to want to go to the cinema no more. Because the CGI in the news is going to be just as good as the CGI in the cinema. So... they go, oh, but Captain Marvel 7's coming out. So, I've been watching the IDF decapitate children for half an hour on live stream. That'll be fake too, because that's all fake. I bet Israel doesn't even exist, probably. Or something. The news is going to be fucking next level entertainment. You know, the news is so dry, but like I do remember the beginning of the Iraq War, and I was lucky enough not to have a job and be able to sit at home. And that was like one of the first live wars. Like in real time, you were watching the shit pop off. It was fucking excellent. Because before, you know, Afghanistan, when America invaded Afghanistan, I don't want to touch my cheekbones. Oh, it was very like, oh my god, this is bad. Jesus, oh no, the world's going to end because Nostradamus said 2001, put two and two together, what did you get? Armageddon, bitch. And then when they went into Iraq, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, no, now Iraq, Jesus. Do you know what I mean? We were just like, oh my god, the world is fucked. And the world is fucked because of that. But no, it doesn't matter. Because when it started, I was watching on the news, I was like, this is horrendous. This is terrible. This is a war crime. But this is fucking entertainment, and it's better. This is the best entertainment I've ever seen. Like when they carpet bombed Baghdad live, like boom, 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 boom. Michael Bay, eat a dick. I don't like Michael Bay, but you know what I mean? He's the spectacle man, isn't he? Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, it was just epic. I remember just watching live feeds of soldiers just driving through Basra and just getting the shit shot out of the cars, like incoming, heavy fire. I'm like, yeah. No cuts, all one shot. How impressive is that? No edits, no CGI, like proper good entertainment. And that's what the news lacks when we don't have that. You know, I haven't seen enough coming out of Ukraine. Ukraine doesn't seem as exciting as Iraq. Let's just put it that way. When there's a war, there needs to be a bit more pizzazz. And with AI deepfake technology, the news is going to have the creme de la creme of pizzazz, and that's going to be great for everybody as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to watch anything else. Because you'll just be fucking nuts. They're going to bullshit to you anyway, but at least let that bullshit be, like, super entertaining and fun. If you're going to tell a lie, tell one that's ridiculous that can make me laugh. Like, what are you talking about? I paraglided into Taylor Swift's bedroom and, like, harpooned her nose with my cock. You're ridiculous. That's the kind of lies that are entertaining. That's pizzazz. That's razzle-dazzle. That's show business, baby. When I was a kid, I had a huge crush on Winona Ryder. She was like her Phoebe Cates, and probably Jennifer Connelly, actually. In retrospect, looking back, I'm like, oh yeah, she was mad hot back in the day. But that was like my archetype for a hot bird. That and there was a chick in Hellraiser 3. That's the archetype for the thing I wanted to procreate with, right? But the thing is, with Winona Ryder, I've never seen her naked. She's never done anything, neither as Phoebe Cates, a little bit of thing, but like, you know, but never any sex scenes, nothing, you know, nothing that could, you know. We've seen the Taylor Swift images go around that are freaking spicy. So the first thing I'd be doing is literally metaversing and like just diving into the metaverse and deep faking the shit out of Winona Ryder and just plowing her for months. Like I just wouldn't go to school. And I'm talking when I'm 11. This is when I was 11. That is what I would have done at 10, 11. That's bing. This is kind of what was predicted. This has been touched upon. I think it's in Strange Days. There is like a VR thing where you're having realistic sex with people. This was inevitable. As soon as virtual reality started coming about, like the original virtual reality type shit, because there was a virtual reality craze in like the early 90s. Like this is what I've never understood about VR, is like when it came back, it was like, oh, have you tried virtual reality? It's like, what, in the 90s? You know, and then I'm like, I remember walking in Pattaya, and seeing people stood outside on the VR sets, like they're skydiving or something, going, ah! And I was like, all right, okay, it's back. But VR in the 90s was obviously, it's when Lawnmower Man came out, right? Lawnmower Man was the virtual reality movie. It was the film that was catching onto the wave of the virtual reality trend. You know, when a trend is big enough and lasts long enough, a Hollywood movie will come out when it's still relevant. But VR, I remember like virtual reality at that point was, they used to have one in the Trocadero in in the West End. Everything was in the Trocadero. What fucking amazing, what is it now? It's like fucking flats or something? No, it's a mosque. Isn't it a mosque or something? Anyway, Trocadero was like the greatest place on earth. There was this virtual reality setup, and I remember seeing it on Games Master on television or something like that, and you'd be in a seat with a big fuck off headset on, and the game was kind of like mechanized human robot things. Do you know what I mean? Like Pacific Rim type thing. You'd be in a big robot and fighting and the kid next to you is also a big robot. It was like that, because that kind of, go look at Lawnmower Man and look at the effects in Lawnmower Man. It's like that, but not quite as good as that. No, you'd have to have certain worlds that were, you couldn't have sexy stuff is what I'm saying. But at that point, it was like sex, right? You know, because it always comes down. I remember first getting a camera phone, and the first thing I did was like, I need to take videos of my girlfriend. This is what I need to do. She needs to just get naked. Most technologies come along and someone goes, can we do something sexy with that? That's just how it is, because it's like one of our number one things, eating and fucking. I'm not going to go to a restaurant in the metaverse, but I'm definitely going to a whorehouse. I'm talking about a sevensome. I'm talking about like me and 6 of my favorites, just boom. You know, sometimes when I'd be on a vicious come down, the only way I could bring myself out of this vicious come down was just to think of the most just horny scenarios in my head, you know what I mean? Like just understand, just craving drugs, like, and I would go into like a deep meditation of filth for about an hour. And one of my ones was just having a mass orgy with all my ex-girlfriends, all of them, just throw them in, and some of the side chicks too, just all of them. Just throw them in there, like, and they all fucking probably hate each other. I hate them, they hate me. Do you know what I mean? But like, just for one night, let's forget about everything, baby. Come on, let's go. You know, I would just throw them all in there. It would just be like this big mad. And I'd wake up the next, you know, after the come down's over, and I wake up, and the next day I'd be like, Jesus Christ, my mind is filthy. I think, you know, stepping into the metaverse, if I can deepfake the shit out of that, like, do you see what I'm saying? That is something that can only exist in a wild fantasy. There is no narcotic. There is no experience. There is no, I don't even think there's an amount of money that can beat that. I don't think there is. Someone comes to me and says, I'm going to give you 10 billy, or you can have this mass orgy with all your ex-girlfriends when they're in their prime as well. That's the thing, you can have them in their fucking prime. Not when they're old and busted. In their prime. Each one in their prime. 10 billion or that. I'm taking that, because it's like, that's just insane. That's just insane. It's like, what? Who are you? God? Who is this? God? Has God come? Or an evil genie? Satan? Is that you, Satan? Are you Satan? This has to be the devil's shit. Metaphorical devil or real devil. The devil is out there, like, the devil is fucking, it's just, you can't just go through life and have certain experiences and not believe that the devil isn't real, either in a cosmic sense or a metaphorical mental sense. Satan is real, let's just face it, like, this is the work of the fucking devil, because that can be a possibility. That is not beyond the realms of extreme possibility. It is very possible reality. That is a doorway to walk through and never fucking return from. I just don't think you can return from that. That's just my example of one of my like wildest things. Just oh yeah, about what else is going on in people's sick minds. You know, a lot of people, you know, this was kind of popular in the 90s, but a lot of people had, you know, murder fantasies. Like, I used to have fantasies about walking in school and just shooting the school up, you know what I mean? Fuck everybody. Loads of people have that fantasy. Am I right, brothers? But people do have that fantasy. Some people do carry that out, obviously, in America, because America's where dreams can be made true. It's the land of opportunity. British kids can't do that. We just don't have that self-belief. Enough people have that fantasy, and it's just it's here. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. That's why all these weird, you know, that popular thing with like stepsister, stepdaddy porn. Oh, stop it, stepdaddy! No, that's my titties. Why is that a thing now? I don't know. It became more of a scenario that would be a thing. I said, do you know what I mean? Like, but that is a thing that exists. But I think for a lot of people who are in that situation are like, just leave it here in fantasy land. Do you know what I mean? They're not actually going to go do it. It's just an example. I'm not saying, look, your step siblings, who gives a fuck? I mean, it can't be, it's fine. Who gives a fuck? Like who honestly gives a shit? But that's just an example. That's a thing that's popping off in the porno world. And it's obviously like, it must be something that a lot of people fantasize about, that's what I'm saying. But now, instead of just having this, because the porno world is here, right? It'll be here, where you are, where I am. Where I am to you, where you are to me. It's here. It's 2D. I can't touch it. Like, it's there. Pornography has a certain bad effect on the brain. You can't deny. There's just no point denying it anymore. It's like crack, mate. It's incredibly fun, but it's very bad. So, but it's there. It's there, though. Once we're in it, and it's all around us, and we've got our fingers inside it, and fuck knows what. That's the work of the devil, man. That is the devil's work. You can't come out of that the same. You can't. Like, your brain can't tell the difference between. It's based on emotions. This is why people do this manifesting. It's why people do manifesting, right? The whole point of doing manifestations and The Secret and asking the universe to make me rich is that the idea is that you think that you're rich. You think like you're successful, okay? Because the chemicals in your brain react. It's the same. Your brain doesn't differentiate between it. See what I'm saying? It's the same emotion. Okay, this is why actors can act, because they're not really sad, but they can make their brain sad. Do you see what I'm saying? You know, but your brain doesn't know. Deep down in the back room, front end knows, back end, this is real, oh my God. You know, oh, my childhood crush, she died in a tragic car accident. Oh, but here I am, having sex with her on a bed of roses. And your brain can't tell the difference. And therefore your brain's going, somehow you've brought back this girl from school to life? What is this? Like, this is crazy. Maybe there was some guy who bullied you at school and you fucking hate him and you still harping on to that, even though you should fucking get over it. But you know what I mean? And then you just, every day you step into the AI deepfake metaversal fuckfest and blow his head off with a pump action shotgun every day. You know, that becomes part of your daily routine. It's like, well, every day before I brush my teeth, I step into the metaverse and I find that prick from fucking secondary school and I shoot him in the face. That's what I do every day. I keep killing that motherfucker. Every day I'm killing him.